Pete from Amity Physical Therapy. Over the next few minutes, I'm going to show you a few general mobility exercises for the whole body, working from your neck all the way down to your feet. There are many things that I do myself in the gym, before my bike rides, sometimes on just off days if I'm feeling stiff, if I've been sitting for a while. Generally, these movement patterns, you're going to do 5 to 10 repetitions of each of them in a slow and controlled manner. I'm going to start with the standing ones and work my way down to kneeling, sitting, and then being quadruped on the floor, and then laying on your back. You don't have to do every single motion. You might feel that some are more beneficial to you than others, so you can pick and choose which ones you like best. You can do them daily if you would like. You can do them twice a day if you like. You can do half in the morning, half in the afternoon, or half one day, half another day. It's really up to you. But right now it's tough for people to get in the gym. People are spending a lot more time on their computers in front of the TV, and it's easy to get lax and stiff. And this is just kind of a good way to kind of loosen up the whole body. So the first one I'm going to show in standing, real simple, hands on the hips, hip circles. Make nice wide circle, clockwise, counterclockwise. Like I said, 5 to 10 repetitions of each. Next, upper body rotations, nice and slow, controlled. Rotate all the way through your mid-back. Point the toe, get a stretch in your hip flexor as you come around. Next, for the shoulders, you're going to make a nice big circle, but what you're doing is you're trying to point your fingers as far as you can towards the floor, as far as you can towards the wall in front of you, as far as you can towards the ceiling, and then same thing, the wall behind you. You're really reaching through that range of motion. You do clockwise and counterclockwise from the side. Really reaching, and you'll feel a stretch back by your shoulder blade. Next, for the neck, I like to clasp my hands behind my back to depress the shoulders, squeeze the shoulder blades together, and you're going to do some neck circles. Let the chin drop towards your chest, come up towards the other side, 5 to 10, and then neck straight ahead, tilt, bring ear to shoulder. Nice and slow and controlled. You don't have to hold it too long, just like a second or two. And then the last one for the neck, chin tucks. Straight back. Good. The next one is, this one can be a little tougher for people, so just do the best you can. If you can't get all the way down, that's fine. If you can't grab your toes, that's fine as well either. But I like to do a squat where you reach down, you grab your toes if you can, or even the top of your ankles. You drop your butt down, but you're using your arms to push your knees apart. You don't want them coming in, so you're kind of pushing out. Proud chest up, nice and high. Keep your feet down here, and bring your butt up towards the ceiling. You'll feel a nice stretch in your hamstrings, and then back down. Usually do about 5 of these, up and down. And then the last one, I stay down at the bottom a little longer, use my knees to push apart. Try and stay upright, really drive those knees outward. You can add a little rotation to get a little extra stretch, or even a side-to-side motion. Then, if you want to do something even a little more advanced and get your upper back working, you come up a little bit, you put one foot down, one hand down by your shoes, and then you reach up towards the ceiling. And you follow your hand with your eyes.
I should have confirmation by then as well.
From there, I usually stand up and go right into what's called an inchworm. So feet a little bit wider than shoulders. Walk your hands up. Get a nice stretch in your hamstrings and your low back. Walk back out. Do a few of those. Then, you can stay in this position and you can just rock back and forth. Keep stomach muscles tight. Drive butt up and towards the wall behind you. Then you can bring your feet in a little closer. And drive your heels up and down like you're running in place. From the side, like so. And like so. Next, I usually go into kneeling. with this one, you tighten up your glute, your buttock muscle on the leg that's down. Keep that nice and tight, and then you just rock forward and then back, and you feel a nice stretch down the front of your thigh there. And then you can go straight to the side as well. Keep that glute tight and rock to the side. You'll feel this more in the hip and groin there. From here, we're going to go onto hands and feet. You're going to try and bring one leg up as close as you can to your hand. If you can't get all the way, that's fine. But go as far as you can. The inside hand, the one that's close to your foot, going to reach up towards the ceiling and then through. Again, you're following your hand with your head. And you would do 5 to 10 on each side. From there, we're going to get in all fours. There's a few we're going to do here. The first one's the cat-camel. So that one, you're pushing the middle of your back up towards the ceiling. Pretend there's someone with a string pulling it straight up. So up, and then you're going to let your chest down and head up. From the side, up, and down. Next, I like to stay in that position, hand behind head, bring your elbow towards your other elbow, and then rotate up. Next in this position, this is for the hip, but you're gonna bring one leg up, you're gonna tilt your knee out to the side and bring it around. You're basically trying to make a big circle with your knee. From the side, and then the last one in this position, the bird dog. Opposite arm, opposite leg. You're not extending as far as you can. You're trying to stay nice and straight. You're trying to touch your heel of your foot and your fingers to the wall in front and behind you. So from the side, like so, and you're really reaching, trying to reach that arm towards forward and really trying to push that heel, not your toe, your heel, to the wall behind you. And again, do about 5 on each side. Go from the all 4 positions. You're going to open up your knees, bring your hands forward a little bit, and then you're going to rock back, bringing your buttocks towards your heels. And then come forward and back. If you want to add more of a stretch into the hips, put your feet out a little wider, flat on the ground. It's like a frog leg position. And then rock back. You won't go as far, but you'll feel a much deeper stretch in your hips. Then from there, bring your hands in a little bit, straighten out one leg, and again, rock back towards that back heel. I like to do 5 where this foot is flat, flush on the ground, toe pointing forward. And then I do 5 where as I come back, I lift the toe and point it towards the ceiling. That's going to make you feel it more into the hamstring area and less in the groin and the hip. Switch to the other side. Same thing. Few on that side, toe pointed forward, and the toe pointed up. This next one's a little tougher. You're going to sit back onto your feet. You bring your elbows down towards your knees, so you're kind of in this curled up position. You slide one arm out as far as you can. Rotate your hand up. You'll get a nice stretch in your underarm there. Then, if you can, lift it up. Then back in. And switch to the other side. From the side. Now in sitting, this is a good one for the hips. You start with your feet about shoulder width apart, heels on the ground. I like to put my arms forward. You let your knees come down to the ground. So you're making like this 90-degree angle at the knee, and then you rotate over to the other side. You want to try and lift the outer knee first and get as high as you can before you let this one start going. So instead of having them both start at the same time, you want to spread the distance between your knees as much as you can. So this one comes up first, then the other one follows. And you go back and forth. Then from there, we're going to go onto our backs. This one I'll demonstrate from the side. So you're going to bring your knees up to 90 degrees. You want to do a pelvic tilt, like engage your stomach muscles, flatten out the arch of your back. Your arms are going to be by your side as close as you can to the ground. If you can't get your hands all the way down, that's fine. You're going to bring elbows in towards your sides. And basically make like a snow angel. That whole time you're keeping your back flat against the ground, engaging that pelvic tilt. Then from there, feet down, bridge, hold a second or two. You can either do one long 10-second hold bridge or 5 to 10 with a 1 to 2 second hold at the top. Then after that, legs straight, lift up so it's about level with your other thigh, and a single leg bridge. Make sure you're really squeezing your glute, your butt muscle when you're doing these. If you don't, you're going to feel a crampy sensation in your hamstring. It means you're not activating your glute. So you want to tighten that glute first and really drive through your heel, not your toes. And that's pretty much my mobility routine.